says, Wookie, you're loud. Is that just me?
You can turn me down in your settings.
I'm turning your volume down. Yeah.
Okay.
Do the whole episode with his volume on 0 and see what happens. I'm sad we never got to do our April Fool's episode. If we would have went just a little longer. Done? We were gonna switch casts and talk about each other's games, but not like mention it at all and just act like it was normal.
We've done that.
Well,
yeah,
we have it.
Help from Future Self.
We did that with help from Future Self.
That's not quite as funny. Like, not at all.
Except we played characters from theirs. Like,
yeah,
I was Blake.
I made an episode
like them, and they acted like
I was Blake.
Since it was called Riftbound Corner for that day, you could have just made a Riftbound episode.
I could have written a Riftbound episode, and it wouldn't have been much different than you guys reacting to what I've written.
This week in Riftbound dying, because that game really went far. It seems to be the same shit that's happening with every other card game that's being released. It's being replaced by the next big thing. Yay! But what's going on, everybody?
Sorcery?
Well, now it's Cyberpunk.
Oh, that's
Cyberpunk.
That's an illusion. That's not actual replacing anything yet.
Not yet. But it'll come out and everyone will forget about Riftbound. And then Riftbound
I'm trying to get a demo.
Rutro Reggie,
weekend,
and then
but I couldn't get
it doesn't matter, right? Like it's replaced, and then everybody ends up playing Commander in the end. Well, what's going on, everybody? I'm the one and only WOOKIE, joined here by the normal cast of Misfits. We have the kid who knows more than you, Mr. Cole Robbie.
Yep.
We've got the proverbial red shirt Dexter.
Hello, everyone.
And the man with the godliest hair known to anyone, Felix.
I just made my own shirts.
Oh. Okay.
Made your own shirts like you're a nomad, okay. Or like you made shirts with your face on them because of your beautiful hair?
That's an idea. I'll consider that one.
Got it. Well, with all that being said, you could buy Archons Corner shirts over at spreadshirt.com/Archons Corner. I mean, it's, our Keyforge, the cockroaches of the CCG community, like they're outliving everybody. I hate to say it.
Yeah. Crazy how Keyforge is technically still being produced, and even right now, as Altered has been announced ending, still has less players.
Yep.
The cockroaches of CCGs, man. Like, how do you say that? Like, you can say less players, but somehow it's still
we're
alive.
We're still playing.
We're gonna have another set.
We're still buying the sets.
Yeah. How many is there? There's obviously got to be a main Keyforge Discord, right?
No.
It's kind of Archon's Corner, honestly.
Yeah, but it's Archon's Corner Discord.
I wonder how many people are working in Keyforge currently. A group of 5?
5. Yes, actually.
Yep, 5.
Sheesh.
Well, it's really like 3 or 4 since the 2 manager people are doing a whole bunch of other games too.
Yeah, you have the one guy who does, I don't want to say everything, but I guess everything's the way to say it. And that's Luke is the card designer.
He's not even employed by Ghost Galaxy. He's like a contractor, right?
He is a contractor. Yep.
That's disgusting.
And well, it's a long story. But actually it isn't. I'll tell it. CTP, Christian T. Peterson, does not like having team members that aren't like none of the jobs are remote, right? He hates remote people. But he liked Luke enough that he allowed him to stay on and be a remote person.
Yeah. So he sounds like an old white guy.
He is an old white guy.
Oh, wow. I'm so surprised.
He's from like Lithuania or something like that.
But we're not.
I don't know
really
why you laughed.
About...
Like that's where he's from. Like, why did you laugh, Dexter?
I didn't know he was from Lithuania.
Yeah, I'm sorry, he's not from Lithuania.
That seems kind of random.
He's from Denmark.
Okay.
Anyways, the question was how many people are in the main Keyforge server, but I guess I'm more shocked, but also I shouldn't be shocked that there isn't one.
I don't think there ever was one. FFG started Keyforge. FFG was never big in... FFG hates online. So, I don't think they know what Discord is. I mean, in our server alone, we have 632 members in our Discord. Mm-hmm. I guess the other big one might...
20... I'm in 20 different Keyforge Discords, and they range from like 100 to 500 people. I mean, like ABR's like 400 people, Coggies like 300-400, something like that.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you how many people are in the HFFF server. Do they even have a rank? Do they know?
I don't think their
server's not that sophisticated. Okay.
Nope.
Because there's
not all boosted up like ours is.
There's definitely lap over, right? Like I know a lot. I'm not in the HFFF server because of one person, but
the reasoning for the question is not just random, and I mean this is part of a conversation that today's episode is not about, but it is very intriguing. Maybe someone will want to talk about it another time, a different place, a different area. But the altered Discord, even after everything, still has 14,000 people. And something we'll talk about later in this episode is the community project that started is already about to hit 1,200 people. And then we were talking before we started recording about how many active games on just BGA there is of Altered. And even with everything, it's still at 540 something active games.
Well, here's the deal. Somehow you got to get your top line. I don't know what all went into it. $2 million wasn't feasible. I don't think it ever was. And especially 3 a year, you're talking $6 million a year. I don't know where the money went to. I think a lot of it was art. I don't know how many people worked on game design. Distribution was basically being held by who am I thinking of?
Themselves, because that was the whole reason they went to
GameFound was handling a lot of it, right? So
no, they didn't handle any distribution.
No, okay.
It was. I mean, that's what we talked about last episode. I think for the main port. Today's episode is titled "Not Dead Yet" or whatever.
I'm not dead yet. You'll be dead.
Randomness puts together.
It's only a flesh wound.
Last episode was technically supposed to be the last, but then literally like 2 days after it went live, they put out a big article about the future of Altered, which is a version of Altered without Equinox. And then there were also 2 AMAs, basically one in French on a French Twitch channel, and then one on the official Altered YouTube in English. One with Regis and one with Eric, aka Intox, the chief marketing officer. So we thought we would come back together to give people the news, the information, if they were not reading it in any of the places and would prefer to listen to it. So you guys ready to dive into that?
Yeah, we can dive in. Set 6 will be given to everybody, including 10 uniques to every account that's logged in since September 1st, 2025. That's for next set. That's for the
Roots of Corruption.
Roots of Corruption. Thank you. I'm drawing blanks right now. It's Sunday, and I'm trying to have my lazy day, and it's not working out. So for Roots of Corruption, you'll get 10 uniques. That will be interesting, I think.
It already happened, so it was.
Yeah,
it was,
you got them.
I didn't even check mine to see if I could get them. Let's see if I got them.
You might not if you didn't log in.
I've logged in since September. I've logged in this year.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely check your email. If you did not get an email, there's a very easy way to check if you just got the uniques, which is just go to altered.gg and then go to your collection, sort by Roots of Corruption, and then just filter to uniques only, and you should see your uniques there without having to click every link in the email. And you'll also see the entirety of the Roots of Corruption set in your collection as well. I have still tried not looking at the set. I want to set some time aside and either do a video or some kind of something where I take it card by card and see what the set looked like. But of course, I've kind of looked at my uniques, and I've seen other people post uniques. The set, as we thought, looks amazing, and the uniques look amazing. So, yeah.
Some of the art choices that they made look really, really cool.
Yep. And if you stick around throughout this episode and you also think it sounds really cool, or you thought it looked cool, but you averted your gaze because you did not want to cry over I've been calling Altered our zombie boyfriend because it's not really dead. And that's what a lot of this episode will be about. What's going to happen next? What's currently happening?
I didn't get any uniques. So now what do I do?
Cry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. Womp womp.
So they said in the article that you had to have logged in since September 1st. I am thinking what the actual parameter might have been is you had to have scanned a card since then. And I'm just guessing that based off of kind of how their system works. And they probably thought, if you've logged in since September 1st, why have you not at least scanned one card? That is not anything confirmed. I'm just guessing that's why someone, if they just casually logged in, did not get any uniques. But it was automated, so there is nothing you can do.
So now I just got fucked?
Yeah, basically.
Fuck this game, I'm out.
You could submit a support request, but I am fairly certain it's not going to do any good. They are extremely backlogged with the duplicate uniques from Seeds of Unity that they're still working through. And then
why are
they had a duplicate issue too?
I mean, they're still working. They still are all in office working on doing things, and you'll see some of that as we continue here.
I was doing what? Shutting down the company?
I mean,
transferring stuff to the community,
selling off the what's left.
Yeah, support is still working, so they're doing that.
So it's weird. I have access to all the cards, but I didn't get any uniques.
Yeah, they gave every account.
Yeah, they gave everyone access.
So if I made an account right now, I would have access to it.
Yes, I believe so. So,
actually, do I have access to all the cards? I don't know if I do or don't. Hold on.
You should, except
you should have all commons and rares.
What's going on here? Let's take that out and let's just go there. There we go.
Not all the alt art stuff, though.
Yep.
You have access to some of the alt arts, though, not all of them. Like, for example, the Isare from Roots of Corruption, it is printable.
Okay.
I have it in my cart right now.
Yeah, so
we have access to. Oh no, we don't have access to the full arts.
I want the full art.
They are grayed
but
out.
It's not yet.
Yep. So Roots of Corruption will be the set that you have the most of. So like the couple of alt arts that Felix mentioned, set 7, which will be released to everyone the same way, but no uniques, will happen sometime this month, aka April. That one, as far as I remember, will not have any like alt arts or full arts or anything like that, as they were likely not finished. But everyone will get access to the set Never Ending Journey. This name was always on the table, but with
how ironic.
With recent news and everything going on, they felt that it was the most fitting. I think they specifically said it was between like 3 different names. And so they picked this one. It is actually super fitting, which I keep saying it, but you'll learn more about by listening to this episode. But also, if you know how many sets of lore and how far the story like expands across the universe from Yoshi, he said that he had written lore for 27 sets.
Oh my gosh.
It is.
So lore's gonna still keep coming out. Huh?
I doubt lore will continue to come out, but like again, I think this was a hasty move on their part. Like, shutting down everything, doing all this stuff. Like, I've talked about it so many times. Like, why is there not a world remove this to somehow digital only?
It's not the intended purpose of the game, is the quick.
It's not the intended purpose of the game, but like it is a way to keep it alive, and it is a way that, at least I feel, 90% of the community interacted with it.
Yeah, I remember interacting with some of the devs at Gen Con last year, and they were not happy with having digital being a thing. A lot of the devs really only wanted physical.
You don't need to be happy about it, but like this is bro, it's 2026.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it is what it is. This is how people want to interact with it, and this is how people are going to interact with it, right? Like, you don't necessarily get to choose how your product's going to be used in the end all be all. And if this is the way that people want to do it, give the people what they want, right? I feel personally, I could see maybe doing set 6 and set 7, just giving it away, but why not? Again, why not try to attempt to find a way to work with Asmodee to make this a digital only? Maybe Asmodee is not the right way of doing it.
And they wouldn't cooperate.
Asmodee absolutely would refuse.
I was gonna say maybe that's why I said maybe Asmodee is not the correct one to do it, but I feel like they were like, well, that's it. Pick it up, boys. Ship it all out. Like, I feel like there's got to be a company out there that would have been like, hey, there's still something here. Let's see if there's a way we can continue to grow, and then maybe 5-10 years down the line, or maybe even sooner, like, we're able to figure out a way to bring back physicality of it, whether that is the print on demand where you're like, hey, and now I want to print cards and be able to send them to my home so that I can play them with my friends, or whatever the case may be. I think they made a very hasty decision of just.
I see the game surviving as a living card game too. Like you said, just being online first, and then maybe for championships, for say print on demand, would have been the way for people to participate.
So again,
we're past that part at this point.
This is the moment where I tell you guys, I did write the show notes, and I guess I am the only one still super actively following the information. So if this is where the bulk of everyone has comments, let me run through the updates real quick, and then I'll show you some stuff.
All right.
So
run us down.
Yeah, Never Ending Journey. Digital services will stop at the end of May. There will be an ultimate print on demand sometime in mid-April. I actually think that's going to end up being pushed to May because after the news, print on demand slots have been filling out incredibly quick. As of right now, we are up to April 21st, and they have 3,000 packs in that slot. I think 3 have filled up since the 31st, and filling up is 5,000.
A lot of cards.
Yep, 5,000 or more. Real quick keynotes on the ultimate print on demand, because people love to attach to specific words and try to guess what they mean. It's just the last print on demand, 99% likely to be the case. They won't be offering any discounts. There won't be anything like you can buy the whole set and, that's how it works.
Discount, boy. The company's going out of business.
Well, and this is specifically because how print on demand is set up with Cardamundi, they don't have any flexibility. And in one of the AMAs, they actually said if they continue to work at it, something like that could have been possible in the future. But now it's absolutely not possible. Print on demand doesn't even break even until they get to 2,500 packs in an order, which is awesome now that there's been a ton of print on demand. But the other thing that they're going to do is almost all cards and art will be uploaded to most likely GitHub. So when the digital service ends, all of that will be retained there. And now we are to the speculation or the why they should have done this or not. So to answer Wookie and Felix's questions about why they did this or what about an LCG, kind of those things were answered in the AMA. A lot of people have thrown around the LCG question. Basically, they said it was never a consideration because LCGs are not cheap and it's basically the same amount of cost, but without as many benefits. And the reason that they are doing this is because they are all losing their jobs. Equinox might remain with 2 employees, 2 to 3, something. It's not been determined yet. But they have, 20 plus people on staff, plus, over 30 artists or something like that worked on the game as contractors here and there. So there's really no reason not to do what they're doing. But the other thing is they want to kind of hand it over to the community, as long as the community or any projects that take it into the future don't betray their original vision. So one of the things, of course, mentioned was absolutely no AI, or if someone starts to take the art and is just trying to sell t-shirts or whatever, then of course they're going to shut them down. So that is answering 2 of those questions and giving you the updates really quickly. But there are some other notes in here as well.
Well, keep rolling.
All right. So I do have a whole page of notes on the AMA from Eric. That was the one in English, aka Intox, the chief marketing officer. The biggest thing to me that came out of both of these and comparing, because I also read a translation of the one that Regis did, is it seems a lot more likely that the thing that really killed Altered sooner rather than later was the digital aspect of the game and how much they tried to revolutionize it. They of course in both AMAs mentioned that the delays were a huge like hit to the game, but also they never thought it would be delayed, and they just didn't fully realize how much work it was going to be. And it really is, because it was like revolutionary features, right? No TCG has
getting
ever
the whole
done.
marketplace set up is ridiculous.
Yeah, and I mean, it is kind of unfortunate to me, because the way that I see it is you are basically damned if you try to do anything that isn't the status quo. And so if you're new to TCGs, basically the status quo right now is, as long as you don't have scalpers, you most often will maybe buy like one box of product, and then you'll buy singles. And most of the time people are buying them from like TCG Player. If they're lucky, they'll be able to pick up what they need from their local game store. But even my game store, you don't necessarily like buy singles from going into the store. You just buy them from their TCG Player shop. So basically, they were trying to revolutionize that system, which I think in the end they did, but it was against the status quo. So people either rejected it or didn't fully buy into it. It's
an interesting way of looking at it.
Yeah, well, I have experience on both, working with the altered marketplace, technically getting singles from there, and then as well doing a lot of work with TCG Player. And
I think just the way that you're putting it there, if that's the way they meant to say it, is it's an interesting way of putting it. Like they were trying to revolutionize it, and I don't think that they necessarily weren't. They were trying to think of different things. I've often said
my headset died.
Oh, sorry.
Can I hear you?
I often think that they try to keep the player in mind, right, as opposed to the financials, which probably led to a big chunk of the game bleeding money. Just 2,500 packs to break even. That's ludicrous, right? Like 2,500 packs of cards needed to go out before they even broke even. Clearly to me that says you need to raise your, like the print on demand system at bare minimum needed to break even
50,000 cards.
Period. End of story. Like whatever that was, if it was cards. One pack that went out and it cost $100, that's what it costs, right? Like you can't be bleeding money on that front. You can't be bleeding money anywhere, especially when you're a new card game.
And
I don't. That's how I see Altered it too. Suffers from the same thing of that Keyforge suffers from, right? What is an altered card worth?
Whatever someone's willing to pay for it.
And what is that?
Yep.
It depends on the card.
Okay.
It depends on how good it is. It depends on the people that are looking at certain cards.
But okay, let's take a card like the Hunger. What is the Hunger worth, right? A very in-demand card, right? What is it worth?
$8.
$8, according to who?
What?
The market?
The people that are selling it and buying
the marketplace,
the market that adjusts itself over time.
But let's say there is no marketplace. Now, what is that card worth? There's no marketplace for you to reference.
I mean, eBay still exists.
Sure,
whatever TCG Player says.
Right, but my whole thing in being is there's no way. For a game store, there's no way for me. There was, when the game originally launched, there is zero way for a person to have a meaningful way of knowing how much their cards were worth, right? So it was
that's true of all card games, though.
That's not true. Like, you can open a Magic pack right now and know what your cards are worth.
Yeah, because the sets have been out for a while. But you're saying when the game first comes out.
Even when cards first come out, right? Do you think that it was just the fucking Wild West when One Piece rolled out?
I mean, in the first week, probably.
Maybe in the first week, but it probably stabilized very fast, quickly after that. Right. So, but the problem is for probably the first year, there was no way to know if my card was worth $5 or 5 cents.
Yeah,
and so
that's
TCG
due to
player,
all of the delays that they had for getting the marketplace set up.
TCG player, and the main thing is having a digital aspect and a physical aspect were like two different things, right? So now you got to try to do I sell just the digital? And if I sell the digital, what's the card? It's nothing now, right? But then there was no print on demand. It could have very well had if it would have launched with print on demand, it very well could have had a better chance because TCG player could have been like, well, here's your code, add it to your collection. I don't know if they rip up the card or what they do with it afterward, but it would have had there's a lot of moving pieces that nobody had answers to right away.
Yeah,
they were trying to revolutionize too many different aspects, and people
that made third-party services go, I can't make money off this. I'm not interested.
Yeah, you gotta
let them eat. you have game stores, TCG, a lot of these places, you gotta let them eat. You cannot cut them out because if they don't, they're not gonna have anything to do with you. And if they're not gonna have anything to do with you, we've now seen it again. I was very hopeful for this time around. I don't know why I was silly. I was. You're doomed. You're in trouble if you cannot get on these things. Again with Keyforge. What's a Keyforge deck worth? $1? $10? $12? $3,600? Nobody knows because there's no way to quantify it.
Probably not worth the paper it's printed on, if you ask me. But
sure, I mean if that's how you feel about it. That's how you feel. But that's the issue with the card games that are coming out is that it is difficult to quantify, and if I can't quantify it, we get into trouble, right? Because now TCG player doesn't know what to do with it. All these your local game store doesn't know they don't know what to do with it, and we get into trouble.
Interesting that is your note. I'm not sure if you're following along where I'm at in the show notes, but
I am.
The next thing after
you're saying that they were trying to revolutionize too much.
Yeah, and I mean in that regard,
and that is an interesting way of looking at it. My thought on it is I could agree with it. They tried to revolutionize too much too quick. But I think there's other things too, right? Like you have to have the physical and you want to play with it digitally, you got to have the digital rights. If you want to play with it physically, you got to have the physical rights. My thought of it is it should have just been one. If you have the card in your hand and you're able to scan it, you own both. Period. End of story. Whoever owns the card physically also owns the card digitally. If at any time it is, and see, this is where we get into trickiness, is because if that QR code is scanned, right, does it just change collections? They would have to have some form of dispute system, right? So my Dexter doesn't go through my trade binder and scan all my cards, little asshole.
Yeah, so the way that I see it is they were too consumer friendly, and people who are on the outside might not see it that way because they are ingrained in the current market. And there's a very interesting note that I have here from one of the AMAs about how Equinox actually spoke with TCG player to try and be in front of that whole situation and be like, how can we also be included? What does it look like? Things like that. And they didn't outright say it, but reading between the lines, TCG player was basically like, we have no interest in working with Altered because it's not beneficial to us.
Right. It wasn't.
Yeah. And
you're not wrong. Like they were 100% correct. It did not benefit them.
The way that I see it, though, is if more places would have tried, in the end, it actually is way more beneficial to them. Problem is, as we've talked about...
My question to you is how, though?
Oh, I can explain that. My main point is we've talked about it, 100 times by now, probably. LGSs and store owners, workers, whatever. First and foremost, if they're a good store, shout out to them. They have way too many games, way too much going on. But two, if they're not a very good store, or even, if they are, I guess, they're not going to want to do another system or work, put extra work into something if it's not instantaneous that they're going to make their money back on it, which was the reality. But if you remember, back when the game started and before the market was even live, Gamers Guild Arizona actually sold singles. And how they did it is, whether you think their system was good or not, what they did is they sold digital versus physical. And the really great part about Altered is, if I have, say, a Daughter of Yggdrasil, and I bring it to my local game store, and someone, needs to play it or whatever, I can give them my card and they can use it as long as they have the digital right. I mean, spoiler, if it's just for fun, nobody really cares. But the digital aspect wasn't really a hindrance, because it meant that you could easily just, swap cards, here and there without causing too many problems. So it wasn't like you're absolutely locked to your one card, which some people might have thought. But it's just not the status quo. Like, so I have a TCG player shop. Someone today ordered a Magic card from me that's 10 cents, and the shipping is $1.30. So it's like, in other TCGs, the reality is if they want one card, they're going to most likely be spending $1.30 or more for that one single card. When print on demand and Altered, you could get away with 80 cents, for a card. Which I think,
but it does take more time.
It does
to print and ship and everything.
If the system was working as intended, it wouldn't have taken that much more time.
Yes, in a perfect world, if everything was going wonderfully, then it would be much better. But there just wasn't enough interest to get the system really working the way it needed to.
Yeah, but I saw it super easy as the fact that, just do it how Gamers Guild Arizona did it. And if you had an LGS, you would basically do it the same, but you could then hand someone the card, transfer them a digital version of the card if you, had to, and then you were good to go. Problem is, it's outside of the norm. It's not TCG player, so they didn't do it.
I don't know if it was outside of the norm or if it was just too complicated.
It's really not, though. I swear, it's not so
like
easy.
Getting into,
since people don't understand it and they can't read a few words, then
look at Dexter.
They are very confused by it.
He doesn't know what the hell's going on.
Hey, I can read words.
I know stuff.
I talk too slow. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, Cole, talk faster.
I'm just telling you, it's too complicated, right? Yes, I don't think it's an out of the norm thing. I think it's just you say it's so easy, but that's 5 more steps than I want to do. If I need to borrow a card, I should just be able to borrow a card. I shouldn't have to then go into my digital collection, transfer it over for tournament purposes, right? And then I got to go do it again when I want to.
We are saying that you can just borrow a card if you have digital.
That's what I was saying.
You can borrow it.
Right, you can.
Unless you don't have digital.
Why do I have to do that? If I'm going to a big event,
card.
I should just be able to swap. Right, but I think he's saying if you have the physical card, right? We just got to now swap digital rights.
No, you don't have to swap digital rights. That was my point.
No.
Yeah. The deck check is for if you have 3.
It's for the digital.
like copies of a card, you can use any 3 cards is the easiest way to put it. And what was even better about that is it didn't matter what version of the card you had. Like if I had 2 Kickstarter Daughter of Yggdrasil versus 1 Beyond the Gates, I have 3 of the same card and I can use whatever, one I want. The issue is, I mean, in my mind, it's outside of the norm because comparing 1-to-1, I would absolutely rather go on the altered marketplace and get a card than I would go to TCG Player. In my experience.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, it depends on how many cards you want to buy. If you just want 1 or 2, then it's probably not worth getting the digital and doing a whole pack on POD.
Yeah, I mean, that's true
too. Definitely easier for altered.
It's the same on TCG Player though. If you find the right seller,
for shipping,
if you spend over $5 or whatever in their shop, you can get free shipping if they're a level 4 seller. Yada yada yada. But it's just like I said. It's the industry is what it is. The other thing that kind of goes into it is you were talking about value and like what a card is worth. Harsh reality is altered cards were too cheap. Once again,
they printed too many.
They were too consumer friendly, which is
I'll 100% agree with that. There was not much to chase, right? Like the most sought after card of the game right now is
3 rarities.
$8.
Yep. And
well, now there's exalts too, but
right. But I mean, that's a little too little, too late, right?
Yeah. I was talking to a store owner like 2 weeks ago, and he literally said it. He's like, I sell out of One Piece because I can never get enough One Piece. But if I ever got enough One Piece, I would no longer sell out of it.
Yep.
It's just like
the demand is what makes the demand higher. It's just artificial scarcity raises demand.
Exactly.
Economics, baby.
Yeah, it's the worst. But anything else you guys wanted to point out from the AMA notes or the Never-Ending Journey article or anything like that?
No, I mean, nothing I wanted to point out.
Where is it?
I still think they I know it wasn't their vision, but I still think they were a bit hasty to make the decision just to pull the plug instead of looking at online ability.
So the question is how do they continue in an online only
how
version?
do they make money in an online only version?
Right. Well,
are they selling digital packs? That's not legal in most countries.
Well, how does Hearthstone do it? I know some of the ones I'm going to name now are dying, but like, how did Gwent do it? How did a lot of these ones that were successful for a time do it?
Digital only.
Gwent was also too consumer friendly, so it did die.
Right.
Runeterra was too consumer friendly, so it died.
Right.
Everything that is accessible does not last.
Hearthstone is they have the backing of Blizzard, so that's number one. They have a digital client because they have millions of dollars. That's number two. And then they sell cosmetics and special events and expansions and yada yada.
Just lots of microtransactions.
So the question is I mean, I don't know.
How do they get the $2 million plus to do all that though?
Because like you can say that like Blizzard is too nice, but I can't assume they're like, well, Hearthstone's bleeding money again. Print another set. Like they have to be at least bare minimum breaking even with their costs somewhere. They're not just being like, oh, well, Hearthstone lost us another million.
When you are a big company, you can reduce costs of
nobody does. Oh, yes, but like nobody's gonna just lose money for fun.
Yeah, no, you're not going to lose money on purpose.
You can
but
reduce
with a bigger
cost,
company,
cost
it's easier to cut corners.
I remember reading recently an article on Wizards of the Coast, And was keeping what kept Hasbro going for a while was only Magic the Gathering.
It still
Their
is.
toy subdivisions were in the negatives. Well, Magic the Gathering was their huge surplus that was making everything stay afloat.
Yeah, it still is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it still is.
And there's the concept of lost leaders and all of that, but this ain't an economic podcast,
right? But if we want to go into that point, like they do it in bigger chunks too, because it's like, oh well, our toys division is sucking ass, right? But then like when they go into the toys division, it's not like, well, Power Rangers is sucking ass, we should release a new line of Power Rangers toys. They're not going to release more Power Rangers toys. They're going to go do something, they're going to try something else to make money.
Yeah, I think in my just total view of the digital TCG market, one of the big reasons Hearthstone is still going and probably does still make money is it's literally the only digital TCG that has a good digital experience on mobile. I have tried so many, and they are not great on mobile.
Even Shadowverse is shutting down too.
It is already?
I think it was. I vaguely remember reading about it recently.
I tried it, and the experience on mobile is just not great. And I mean, I really want a company to come out with a digital-only TCG that is just straight up that, where I can have high card clarity and just play a card game on my phone. And honestly, the only one that exists is Marvel Snap.
Yep, it's only Marvel Snap.
Shadowverse is shutting down in June, and they're going to focus on their sequel.
That is... Oh, well, did they mean the sequel is the one that just came out, right? Or do they mean the new one that just came out?
They're going to shut down the original one that was released in 2016.
Okay, yeah.
So that one's shutting down.
Worlds Beyond is the one that I tried, and it's just too much on mobile.
Yeah, Worlds Beyond is the one they're going to focus on.
Yeah, that's not surprising. It's also really well catered to an Eastern audience, so I'm sure it makes a shit ton of money. But to me, it's not a good TCG experience on mobile. So, but
all right. Well, Felix, tell us about the reunion project. What's going on over there? What do you guys?
What does the future of Altered look like?
I'm sure you're a part of that. What's going on over there?
I'm on the server. I have not said a word, but I'm on it.
Felix had something in the AMA he said was interesting before we go to that.
Yeah, in the AMA, they said, where was it? I had it just now. Something about BGA, but it gives me the impression that BGA wasn't shutting down, which is really weird.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
We're just about to talk about that.
We've made it far enough that I shouldn't care about holding my tongue, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, I guess so. I mean, what?
Nobody watches this, so we're fine.
I honestly doubt Eric listens to this podcast. I'm sure that almost nobody from Equinox even listens to it.
And if you do, Eric, plug your ears.
I think he was absolutely the worst person to do the AMA. Maybe he was the only one not actively doing something, even though he's supposed to be doing something. But yeah, it was, in my opinion, kind of a mess. I think there was a lot of contradictions to the reality of what's going on, and then as well a high lack of accountability. And I kind of call him out a little bit in my AMA notes, if you ever noticed that. I'll just name two parts that made a group of us in the community like flabbergasted. The first one, what was the first one? I might just remember the second one most. Oh, so someone asked what his favorite memory was of working at, Equinox and with Altered. And his answer, if you know nothing else, in a bubble was maybe fine. And it's an answer sometimes people give when they're asked about something. But he said his favorite part and his favorite memory was it never felt like he was working. And if you've paid any attention to the community,
now hold on,
to the
that's not fair. I know where you're going with this. That's not right.
Listen.
Okay, go ahead.
Like I said, in a bubble, that's a perfectly normal thing to say. Like, if you love your job, you'll never work in a day or whatever. But the question was like, what's your favorite memory of like the game and working there? And that's your answer. And this is coming from the chief marketing officer. And I would say the number one most, what's the word I want to use here? Like the most lambasted part of the game in the community was marketing. The amount of
just
times,
like Keyforge.
The amount of times that somebody said this game's marketing sucks. Whoever's in charge of marketing needs to be fired. You guys need better marketing.
Was so many times.
Very, very frequent. And that is the chief marketing officer's answer.
What saying that he didn't
favorite
work.
memory was. So, some of us were like, wow, all right. The other thing was, and this kind of helps tie it together. Someone asked a question about Sam. And Sam is a new hero in Roots of Corruption. And in my opinion, one of the major selling points of Roots of Corruption. And he said, who is Sam?
Oh my gosh.
Yay.
He does the marketing, not the card design. God.
But he should know some of the cards in the game.
Maybe he once again know Sam.
Like the most popular Ysmir hero that's gonna
exactly. Even Dexter knows. This is a guy who works at the company and is supposed to be marketing the game and asks who one of their heroes is. It's not like we said some random deep cut card in the set. It's the hero.
One of the like six. Are there even 6 heroes in Roots? How many heroes are in Roots?
4? If you only count new ones, it's only 3.
It's only 3.
One of the 3 new heroes, bruh.
So yeah, anyways, I think I went off on a tangent. You said BGA. Yes. So that's what we're going to talk about now is the future of Altered, what's going to happen next. To put it quickly, there has been a Altered reunion Discord server set up. As I mentioned earlier, it already has over 1,000 members. Wookie said that I'm probably involved. No, not really, and probably not going to be very much. I will, at the very least, offer my moderator skills. And really, that's just saying I pay too much attention and see too many things and can delete bots trying to sell people nudes rather quickly.
Yeah, can you delete them faster? I'm tired of getting them.
Well, I don't have privileges in Archons corner.
Yeah, he doesn't have.
I don't think we get many bots in Archons corner.
You do here and there, and they last for like 2 days.
Yep.
Yeah.
But so it's a great collection of, developers, artists, people looking to continue the lore, content creators, TOs, which I thought was a word everyone that played a card game knew, but it's tournament organizers, if you didn't. A lot of Equinox employees, which will become former Equinox employees, have joined the server, and they are wrapping up right now electing like representatives, for organization, communications, organized play, all of that. But the number one, like most pressing thing right now is BGA, which Vincent, the main BGA developer, truly the GOAT, has also joined the server and is working on a plan to keep BGA around. The number one goal right now is creating a new API to allow players to, create decks and things like that and connect to with BGA. for when altered.gg goes down. So that's already in the works. It's like basically already solved. They're just kind of working on, the back end, what it looks like. There's going to be some conversation around like what a collection looks like, what happens with uniques. Equinox is very involved with that and very willing to help hand a lot of that over to the community so that they continue playing on BGA for a very long time.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess that's good to know.
Yeah.
Yep. Again,
no other
it continues.
No other questions or anything around all of that. I just spit out, I guess, too slowly.
It all sounds great.
I mean,
it's
time
good
will
that
tell.
they're still doing stuff online, but
yeah, I mean, time will tell. It will be interesting. Eventually, I'm assuming they're going to have to do something with the UI. Like, I mean, I guess maybe not. I don't know. How to implement new cards. I'm assuming like there will eventually, after you got 2 sets coming out, so you got some time.
Lots of new cards to play with.
Lots of new cards to fiddle with. Eventually, some people are going to want some new ones, right? So, digital
I'm sure there'll be a community designing some new cards, releasing those on print and play and digital and board game arena stuff.
Well, I mean,
so
then,
all going to stick around.
Like Star Trek and Star Wars have like you have the continuing committee and the players committee
and Netrunner
and Netrunner.
Yeah, Netrunner still exists.
Netrunner will never die for whatever reason. We're not 100% sure why. But anyways, like long story short, we're not sure why it doesn't. We don't know why it doesn't die. It's time will tell. I'm sure they'll want some new cards eventually, maybe in 6 months' time or so. If you're getting some of the creators and the whatnot, I'm sure they can lead people in the correct direction as to where they were headed. I'm assuming they were further than the Never-Ending Journey, right? Or at least some in some idea.
Yeah, they've probably designed a little bit for set 8 or 9, but probably not a lot.
Correct. Yeah,
I mean it's cool. I mean, when I forgot when you said it was May 26th.
End of May.
Just May 2026. It'll that's its BGA end date, right?
No, not BGA. No.
That's alter.gg.
Alter.gg.
Yep.
Oh, okay. When is BGA?
BGA's
maybe
never.
Yeah, probably maybe never. The cool thing about BGA and what I've learned from
maybe never. That is the most fucked up sentence I've ever heard. Probably maybe never. All right.
The coolest thing about BGA that I've learned from Vincent is it costs nothing to have your game on.
Yep.
Oh, okay. That's
so
it's just the designing, or I guess coding.
Paying the developer. Yeah. So at the bare minimum,
excuse me,
until BGA explodes or they say they have to cut games or something, the starter decks and demo decks should remain on BGA for a very long time. By the end of May, the developers of the community project, their main goal is to allow people to play custom decks after May, even if it means they have to do no uniques. There's a lot of promising ideas and ways that they could keep uniques, and Equinox is also opening to, let's just say for an example, they send an email to everyone that has an account and says, like, click this link to claim your collection, and then it'll connect to the new API to transfer it.
I wish they wouldn't send emails, but that's fine.
Yeah, and
I'm not gonna lie, nobody checks email, especially me.
If you hear about it, then you just search your email and find it. Because the reality is,
I'll have to wait till Cole says something.
Until what?
Got it. Until you say something, and then I'll be like, oh shit,
yeah.
Go to Alter.
Yeah. Because the reality is if they did it on the website and they said, hey, everyone go to the website and claim your collection, but you have until the end of May, there would be more people that miss that than don't read their emails. So And that is not 100% confirmed how it's going to work. That's just one of the ideas. There's a massive, too much of a debate on how uniques are going to work, whether people should keep their uniques, whether it should be open to everyone, yada, yada. I don't even want to get into that conversation.
Get rid of the uniques.
We know you don't like them, Wookie, but other people do.
Getting rid of uniques is out of the question, in my humble opinion.
Well, you can have an opinion, and you're allowed to be wrong.
They will still have a no unique mode. You can have all the fun playing that. Some people will want to play with uniques and would like to have the ones that they own currently transferred.
Knock if you buck.
Yep, and that's a super easy way to put it, is if you don't like uniques, you always have no unique. But if you like uniques and they all go away, you have nothing. So what happens from here will be all up to that. I don't have any say in whatever happens. If you want to put your voice towards whatever, you can join the Discord server. But it will not be up to me. And that is
and
what
vote
it looks
Wookie
like
for altered president.
Yeah. And there is a question from Astro in the live chat. What would I like to see Altered become in 1 year? Is this where I break everyone's hearts?
Dead?
Do it.
I think it's super cool that people want to continue the journey and that so many people have signed up to it and lend their sword or their axe.
Their time.
I am the type of person that sometimes thinks it's okay to just let things die. Like if I play D&D, I am not the type of player that's like, oh my God, if my character dies, it's going to be the end of the world. Sometimes things are better if they just die. So what would I like to see Altered become in 1 year? I don't know. I don't care.
A memory?
Yeah. I don't.
Good memories.
Yep. Shout out to Altered Reunion and everything that they are going to do. But the community is the community. It has, a good mix of good and bad. I will forever have all of the memories and joy that I had with the game, and whether it continues or dies, that can't be taken away. And sometimes it's like when your favorite show goes to a season 9 and it really shouldn't have. It should have just died. And maybe now
they refuse to watch season 9.
There's an American show called Not Dead Yet that got canceled after season 2.
Yeah. So that is how I would answer that question if you guys want to answer it as well.
I mean, I'd like to see new stuff happen, and it would be great if a new company took over like they did with Keyforge, but I honestly don't really see that happening. I think it's great
the falling
that
knife,
reunions...
Dexter. You can't catch the falling knife.
It's great that Reunion's doing its stuff and that the community's going to keep the game going, but I'm kind of fine with it dying and just letting it go. I'm sure I'll still play some Altered now and then, but I'm not going to be super invested in the future.
They'll probably have some Singleton deck built.
All Garricks.
Not that far. But there is one Garrick that I've been eyeing for a long time, and it's still $60. So sadly, I'm never going to get that one.
What you got there, Felix? Oh, it's my all Garrick build. It's all Garricks all the time.
I was playing with Endorvian recently, and I've been playing with a Garrick that returns stuff from reserve back to hand, and it's been pretty nasty.
Nice. I think I've made my views on this well known. I would like to see it become a digital-only client. This is the way your consumer base has told you it wants to interact with your product. Give me what I want, or give the people what they want, right?
But you won't even play online, Wookie.
You're right. But Dexter, sometimes it's not all about you, right? And it isn't about me. But, like, the community as a whole... Right, like I'm just one person, and I'm a small fish in a big pond, and the big pond has said we like to play this shit online. Give them what the fuck they want. Give them what they fucking want. Like if it isn't your view, right? And that's not how you do. Okay, well, I didn't want my game played this way. Well, guess what? Sometimes you create a thing that just becomes bigger than you, right? And this seems to be one of those things. And it's like, well, if this is what the players want, give the players what they want. You've been so focused on giving the players what they want to the detriment of the fucking company that just, why is this the bridge that's too far? Do you know what I mean? Like, you literally sunk your own company because you made shit too cheap. But this is the bridge that's too far? Well, online only. Gasp, clutch my pearls. Right?
Like, I mean, they're letting the game go into the community's hands. And the community is doing the whole online spiel, too, which is what you want.
I think as far as a business goes, I think from a business mind point, if I were, and I can't, what's his online name? The owner of Equinox?
Regis.
Yeah, Regis.
Is his real name.
Is it really his real name?
Yeah, he's like a famous game designer, man.
I've never heard of him before he was doing an interview online. But either way, it's just one of those things where it's like, I totally lost where I was going with this. But like, if this is what the players want, give them what they want. Don't be so hasty, right? Like, people depend on you for their paycheck, and now there's a bunch of people who aren't getting paychecks, which kind of sucks. But I mean, again, this happens all the time, right? There's nothing new about this. Companies go up and leave and whatnot. So, like, but just if players have said this is how we want it, let them have it, right? And then when that fails, you could be like, well, we gave you what you wanted. We did everything that we could. Now it's no longer possible. We're sorry, guys. But
I think you're looking at it the wrong way. I think they are 100% doing exactly what you're asking for. The problem is you want them to convert it to a digital only game when it does not exist at all like that. And to convert it would cost money. They don't have money, which is why everyone's losing their job.
No. Back up the train. It's already converted.
No,
what do you mean?
It's not.
All you have to do is now figure out a way to convert what you have to a digital property, which you're right. Okay, so the next two sets haven't been converted, right?
No, okay. How do you make money doing that? Answer that question.
But I don't have an MBA. I'm not a business person, right? Like I don't have the answers for you, but I'm sure there are people out there in the world who have done this before who are much better at it than I am, right? I run a pawn shop in Milwaukee, right? I know how to successfully run a pawn shop in Milwaukee. Right. I don't know how to successfully market and campaign a digital online CCG. Right.
Yeah, I think the problem is,
but there are people out there who I can then tell you don't know how to run a pawn shop in Milwaukee. Right. So
I think the problem there is you're assuming that the game would make any amount of money if that were the case, which it is not. It makes negative money.
Maybe it doesn't. Maybe you're right. But if you never try, you never know. Right?
Yeah. I just don't think the business model is there.
There's at least 1,400 people out there who are still interested.
Yeah, and that's, to me, that's why I think they are doing
the number of people, and what I've found is the number of people who dig deeper to visit a Discord and visit anything that is significantly out of the the quote unquote normal realms of being very casual with the game is normally about 10%. So there's maybe a 90% of a community out there that just isn't doing much with it, right? But they'll play casually from time to time. Buy some stuff.
You want to know the sad reality? I think it's actually better that all of the employees get to ride it out until the end of May and then get to be unemployed. And that sounds crazy, but you know why?
I'm listening.
Because they're in Paris.
Okay.
It is not a bad thing to lose your job in France.
Wow.
It means you have a year to just fuck off and do whatever you want and be fine.
Sure.
Basically, I'm oversimplifying a ton, but yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
I mean, it's
whatever.
different in Paris than it is there. Again, I think there's a whole community of folks out there who, interact with this game. I think you're leaving chips at the table. And you know what? Listen, if he's okay with that and everyone else is cool with that, cool, right? Like, it's your game. I have little to no say, and by little I mean I have no say in how you ride off into the sunset. I just think Wookiee's the king of bad opportunities, right? And I see an opportunity here, whether it's good or bad. Nobody will ever know, and maybe that's a good thing. I don't know, but yeah, at the same point, like, it's like, there seems to be an opportunity here. Could we explore this? And if they decide not, that's again, it's no skin off my back if they don't decide to continue that opportunity or, follow down that path. I just think, you brought a whole bunch of people into a game, into a world you created. You got 7 sets out of 3 years, 2.5 years, we'll call it.
A year and a half.
A year and a half. Has it really only been a year and a half?
It feels like it's been longer than that.
It does. I don't know. Again, it's totally up to them. I don't have any say, so.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just say I respect them and how they operate as a company, which might be harsh words for a lot of people to hear, but it's remained true the entire time, even if there's 1 or 2 people within the company that I don't quite respect as much. I've always appreciated their approach.
So, let's see. I got to go back to the notes. I kind of lost where we were. Are we good? We went through everything, right?
One final Patreon question.
I mean, we can't even say final because who knows? Because like all of a sudden, then like 3 weeks later, there'll
more
be like
stuff happens.
There'll be a damn AMA that comes out and will be like, "What the hell is going on?" Nobody knows.
There's that. BGA is still a thing so far too. New
BGA
API,
is still a thing.
possibly.
Everyone has
Ultra Reunion is a thing.
Yeah. So I mean, interact with the game. You want to interact with it. If y'all are moving on to like Cyberpunk or whatever, move on. If you still want to play Altered, still play Altered. Right, this is the thing that I could tell you is that like card games with good followings tend to not always die out. Right, like again,
people are still gonna play it.
Look at Star Wars, look at Star Trek, Netrunner, like all these games. I mean, shit, L5R still has quite a heavy following.
Surprisingly, yes, it has its own deck builder and its own online client right now too.
So,
did you say online client for a game?
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me about this earlier?
L5R?
Yeah, now I'm going to play that.
You didn't know about it? This is the old L5R.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a good online client.
Yeah, they have an online client.
Yeah.
Wait, is it good?
I don't know.
Can't say if it's good, but it has its own deck builder and it's its own online client. So it works.
It exists.
All right.
People still use it. It's not shut down or anything. It's mobile friendly. You can play it on your phone.
Well, we all know Cole's mobile friendly standards are very high.
Yep, true facts.
Very high.
Do you want to do a very last question of the week for old time's sake?
Sure, let's do it. Why not for old? Actually, that's even in the notes. Why not for old time's sake? Question of the week: what is your favorite unique that you have seen so far from Seeds of Unity? I wouldn't know, Gav Kenny, because I didn't get any.
I haven't looked at it either.
Seeds of Unity is before Roots of Corruption.
Oh, shit. I can't even make that joke.
Did you open any Seeds of Unity?
No, I haven't even gotten mine yet.
All right.
Well, did we get refunded? Well, nobody's getting any of them, are they? No, we got
That's Roots of Corruption.
I haven't gotten mine yet.
Oh, boy. How have you not gotten yours? Where is it?
Yours definitely came. If you backed the Game Found, you should have definitely gotten it by now.
100%.
Maybe it's
I got mine like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
It might be in one of those boxes that's in the side of the room. Because as you guys, I don't know if I told you guys this. I am number one. I'm looking for a house.
Yeah,
that has gobbled up all of my time, energy, and everything. I'm redoing my quote unquote studio, aka my living room. So like everything's a hot mess right now. There's boxes over there, boxes over there, boxes over there. I can't show you, but my living room's a hot mess right now.
Yep. Mine's my Pinocchio, and I won't tell you what it is. I will just tell you to play a game against my Tarun on BGA, and you can see my Pinocchio.
I wish
I got 2 pretty good ones.
Shrek.
I got a Rekka tradesman and a Rekka investor. The Rekka investor is a bureaucrat. It works great with Waru. I've actually been playing some Waru with seeds. It's pretty fun. It's not great, but I'm having fun with it. Making lots of mana seeds for myself. And then the other one is basically a Sandman and Ramp. Which is great. Great things.
Now I want to open all
these
boxes
Seeds of Unity
and find
uniques.
out what's in them.
That leaves Felix.
I haven't opened
Felix,
any.
you got any good Seeds of Unity uniques?
No.
You haven't opened any
Seeds of Unity cards outside of the ones in BGA.
No.
Well, if you need Seeds of Unity and you're in Houston, Texas, you can go to Arclight Gaming where they have everything at 25% off of MSRP.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. All right. Well, we don't know if this will be the end. What did we say last time we called it the end? Well, how did we go about saying it?
I'm saying this is absolutely the end unless there comes a crying demand in the streets for us to cover something.
All right.
I would agree with this sentiment. We're done. It's over.
If you might hear me on Archons Corner if I
you can
break
catch
down the
Cole
door.
over at Archons Corner. He has come to the next Dead card game.
Yep. Woo-hoo. I actually did record something with Emperor Riku, which I think will be on his YouTube in a little bit, and it is Keyforge.
Cool.
So
Emperor Riku. Riku's yeah.
It was a lot of fun, and it'll show you how fucking gigabrain I am when it comes to card games. So,
I mean, I would say I don't know if he's going to listen to this, but I mean, I've spoken with Riku. Yeah. His English isn't bad.
No, it's great.
It's not great.
It's great.
It's okay.
Well, how is your French or Vietnamese or Chinese? Or
non-existent.
Japanese?
Yeah.
Zero other languages than English. Great job, Riku, for at least learning English.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they're all talking about going to Vietnam, and I'm like, oh shit.
I would love to go to Vietnam and hang out with some old Viet Cong and give them high fives. We're going scorched earth on last episode.
I guess so. We are just killing it. Because, I mean, they were talking about going to Vietnam for the Vault Tour. Actually, France, I think, is getting its own Vault Tour this year, too.
Yep, France and Vietnam.
Did I read that right?
Both
France
have
and Vietnam. I know.
And
Vietnam
Help
was
from
for
Future
sure.
Self covered that Brazil is going to have one as well.
Oh, yeah. Good for Brazil. Good for Brazil. So, alrighty. Well, with that being said, everyone go fuck yourselves. This is it. If you really want to hear us talk about anything ever again, you got to talk to Cole and bother him in his Discord. Don't bother me, though. I won't answer you because I don't check my Discord, nor I actually do check my Discord. No, I don't. I have like 14 friend requests that are all probably porn bots right now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, sorry, kiddos. I don't know. I think that's might be how I set it up. But with that being said, we'll see you all never. So go fuck yourselves. Have a good night.
Adios, everyone. See you all on Archons Corner.
Yep, a much better show.
No, that's wrong. I liked it better when you just ended with "go fuck yourself."
You have no proof, but go fuck yourself. We'll talk later. Bye bye.